Good morning, YouTube, and welcome to my channel, Gardening with Joy. I wanted to come out here this morning and show you a few things that I had issues with and what I might do differently next time. And the first thing I want to show you is this vertical planter right here. In this container, I planted cucumbers on the top, and the rest of it was beans. It started off really good. It was nice and full and green. And once this heat hit, I started to have issues with it. And maybe one of the problems that I caused, maybe I overwater it. Maybe I fed it too much fish emulsion. There's quite a few things that I probably did too much with these beans and cucumbers, but it didn't make it. I do have some cucumbers on here. As you can see, this one right here doesn't look too bad, but then I have some over here that did not get properly pollinated, like this one and this one over here. So this container right here, I will not plant any more cucumbers or beans in here. And as you can see, when you water it, the water's supposed to, hit all of the containers. I don't think this happened with this. So in the future, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this apart, and they're just going to be separate planters, and I'm going to plant my herbs in here. So there you go. So the other thing I want to talk about is my corn, which I had back here. Talked about my corn in a few videos, but my corn, the rest of it didn't make it. I had it planted over here in this bed right here. Probably about 20 stalks of corn in here, and I was able to harvest at least 6 of them. 6. So I guess that's not too bad for a first-time gardener. And then what happened, we got a lot of rain, a couple of thunderstorms. So when I came out here in the morning, the corn was literally on the ground. So I had to tie it back up. And I did this about 4 times. And on the 4th time, I noticed that the corn was starting to have a little trouble. I had it tied up and it was all bunched in together. A lot of it probably couldn't get pollinated correctly. So a lesson learned. I think next time I do corn, I'm not going to do the container. I think I'm going to go straight into the ground with that. But anyway, here's my okras right here. And they're actually doing really good. Beautiful flowers. Here's my corn right here. And as you can see, yeah, everything just kind of dried out. I'm sure from lack of water too. And on top of landing on the ground quite a few times. And then also my sunflowers. Sunflowers are absolutely, they're beautiful. So I have 3 of them in this container, and all 3 of them have actually bloomed. And there's a little one right here. Now, what I have been doing is my pepper plants. I've been really making sure everything is going right with these and feeding them like I'm supposed to. And with the heat, you can do so much. So I do have some peppers on just about all my pepper plants. These right here, I noticed that some of the flowers were falling off, and I'll show you down in here. You see them down in there? And from what I understand, that has a lot to do with the heat, but the plant is still very nice and green. So eventually I'll start to hopefully get those blooms. They'll stop falling and I'll be able to get some peppers. It's hot out here. Whew. Okay. And here's another pepper plant right here. Kind of like the same issue. See how that bloom has fallen into there? But this pepper plant, let's go over here on this side. It's doing good. I have 2 bell peppers right there. And then I have a pepperoncini, and they're growing. And here go my cucumbers. I've harvested quite a few off this cucumber vine right here. So there's one coming along, and there's another one. And I might have a third one in here somewhere. So that's doing really good. Also, let's go over here and check my squash out real quick, which is a mess. This squash, these vines, like I said, I planted them too close together. And truth be told, I really don't even like squash like that. So I won't be planting this next year. I'll just triple up on my tomatoes. And of course, my kale. I love kale. So I have been just harvesting off this all summer long. Making kale salad, sauteing kale. I even fix my sandwiches. Instead of using lettuce, I use kale. And so that's done really, really good. Every day I come out here and I get kale. There's my sign, Garden of Love. And so now we're getting ready to start on our fall garden. I want to show you one other thing before I end this video. I try to keep them under 10 minutes. I went to Lowe's a couple of weekends ago, and they had dollar tomato plants. And they were all droopy and leaning to the side, looking very depressed. So this is one of them right here. And here is the other one. I don't know what the names were. I don't think there were no names on the tags or anything. They just had a whole big old cart full of dollar tomatoes. And here are my Roma tomatoes. And I got a few coming along on there. And then, of course, my go-to from day one. They still hanging in there producing. And I do have another sunflower that I moved on the side of my she shed right here. So that's what I got going on in my garden. I got some lessons learned. And as far as that corn, from what I understand, it's not too late. So I think I might go ahead and sow some seeds for some corn today. If anybody's watching, I sure do appreciate you. Happy gardening to you, and have a good day.